I'm sick of paying Notion 12 bucks a month when I'm not using all the features. So in today's video, I'm going to build a replacement primarily for the Kanban board view, as well as a content calendar. I figured why not take this opportunity to compare Claude Code's Opus 4.5 and Gemini's 3 Pro preview side by side. We're going to be using Cursor's IDE as well as Google's new anti-gravity IDE. Now, without squirrel ado, let's build. All right, so as you can see here on the screen, I have both open in their respective IDEs. I have Google's anti-gravity with Gemini Pro 3 low enabled, and then I have Opus 4.5 within my cursor window here. I hid these sidebars for the sake of you seeing everything on the screen. So here's the prompt for today's demonstration, and we'll read through it really quickly. But the focus is to build a project management app. But it's not your average app. I don't want to include a whole bunch of features. I don't want to compete with Asana. I want to build this for personal use so I can stop paying for Notion for what I use it for. I want to create a Kanban board style project management interface that allows me to categorize different projects that I'm working on. We should bring the best of both worlds from Trello and Notion when it comes to how to filter, how to tag, as well as a content calendar toggle that takes us from the board view to the calendar view. I want it to look like it was built in 2026 and not AI generated. It'll also be a note-taking section for ideas that I have. Kind of think of it like a sticky note database. Then also a to-do list off to the side on this board view or even the content calendar view toggles. I guess the to-do list should be universal. Then for the tech stack, let me know what you suggest, but I think Next.js, as well as having no external storage, is a good fit. I want this to be stored locally since this is not something we're selling. This is something we're using internally. And let's get started here. So I do want to hit Shift Tab in my cursor window to go to plan mode first. And I want to do both plan modes side by side. And then we'll go ahead and execute on that. So I'm going to give Opus 4.5 the head start. And then let's prompt Gemini. All right. So agent terminated due to error. Let's retry that. It's like we had an error out the gate. Interesting. Now, is it going to continue without an error? Let's see. Okay, cool. And it's getting started here. So what I can also do is open this up quite a bit. Okay, so it's asking me some questions. What should projects relate to cards? Should each card belong to one project, or can cards exist without a project? I suppose, yeah, optional, but I would want to say multiple projects. For the calendar view, what determines a card's date? A single due date or a date range? Due date only. What visual style are you going for? Dark mode minimal, light class morphic, neutral professionalism. Let's go with dark mode minimal and submit answers. And let's go ahead and I love how they both planned relatively quickly. So let's check this implementation plan on Gemini 3 Pro preview. Build a premium, high aesthetic personal. Looking good. Kanban drag and drop interface with Notion style filtering and tagging. Toggle view from Kanban to calendar. Sticky notes, dedicated section for freeform ideas. Universal to do, a persistent sidebar, or overlay for quick tasks. I mean, everything's looking good. So I'm going to simply proceed. I don't like how it's canceling. What's going on there? Come on now. Model provider overload. I guess it's just too many people using it right now. I mean, Opus 4.5 is getting to work, which is great. All right. Gemini 3 is following after a few errors there. All right. We're going to switch that over to fast. And then I'm also going to make sure that auto accepts are on there. Ooh, you know, Opus 4.5 looking like it's going to be the winner on speed because of all these errors in anti-gravity. And let's just do a little preview here on the code base. Yep, it's getting to work there. What's the code base look? Hey, they're both getting to work. So another error. Come on. Come on, anti-gravity. Interesting. You know, one thing I've noticed with anti-gravity is using the agent manager, I tend to have less errors than using this sidebar agent mode. but it's continuing. So we'll just proceed with the demo as is. Oh, come on, Gemini. I wonder if this is just an anti-gravity thing, if I were to use cursor instead, but I really wanted to focus on its IDE that, yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, it continues through, which is great. It hasn't forced us to restart the conversation, which has happened in the past. Seems like 2 retries and it continues along. Interesting bug. Interesting, my command enter does not work to accept that. So we'll just manually click these each time. Super tedious, but that's okay. Accept. And, you know, it's, I'm not throwing shade on Google here. I really loved anti-gravity at first, but I've been noticing it's been giving me a lot of these weird little buggy issues as of late. And it just keeps me going back to cursor plus Claude combo. Claude has been running for about 13 minutes. Or let me rephrase that. We have been running for about 13 minutes here. And it looks like Claude won the speed. So I'm going to tell it set a preview rather than doing this manually. Just give me a preview on port 6010. And before I show the previews on screen, I do want to wait for Google to finish here. So hopefully it's not too far behind. All right. So Google finished just a few minutes after Claude. Now, would it have been closer had anti-gravity not been giving us timeout errors? We'll never know, but I wanted to give you this real-time test. So without scroll the dude, let's go look at the results. So first things first, let me bring up Claude's on the right, and I will bring up Google's on the left. Just give me one moment. Bam, bam. Google here on the left. Okay. So first impressions. They're both very similar. Now, let's look at Google's first. Just go left to right here. Okay, it gave us a vertical menu that we didn't ask for. This is something I would definitely want to toggle. Ideas go here. Bop, bop, bop. And then we can drag and drop. That's cool. Idea 2. That's actually really cool, but you know, I feel like that's welcome to clear Kanban. Let's see. Okay, that's just a view. So let's go here, edit task, status, due date, tags, description. Okay, interesting. Test, test, create task. Do I have to select a date? Create task. Interesting. The create task is not working. The drag and drop feature is not working. Okay. So it built the skeleton, but it's not functional. The sticky notes was functional. There's no to-do list unless this is it. Yep, this is it. Test. Okay. Check emails. Interesting. Weird little UI issues there. Oh no, that was just all right, let's try this one more time. Let's choose a date in the future. Test and test. Create task. Nothing happens. Okay. All right, Google. Now, let's go over to Claude's output. I love this toggle on the top. I love how clean it is. Let's try to add a card. Test card. Okay, we can add a card. Oh, we had a runtime error. Okay. Let's go to projects, new project, project 1. That's great. Tags, new tag, YT for YouTube. Okay, I like this much better. We can actually select the project. We can select the tag. We can select a due date as well. And it saves test. Okay, Everything's saving. So let's go over to notes, idea 1, add note. I love how it's just putting them in this column. This is great. Task 1. Okay. Would be nice to like line up the tasks to a project. And then we can see here, we can actually click them. Can we drag them? No, but we can alter the date in the calendar. Nice. Let's go, just move it here. Okay. And it does automatically move. So it's working much better, obviously, than Google's output. You know, today was just meant to be a quick comparison. And what we're going to do is pick our favorite and then expand on this in Thursday's video. We're going to vibe code this in Thursday's video. So based off of speed here, Claude nailed it, working out of the free version of Cursor. Gemini 3 Pro's preview in Google's anti-gravity was very buggy. It kept timing out. I kept having to hit retry. Big fail there. Would it be different had we not had those bugs? I'm not sure. Functionality. Claude wins again. So listen, this is no shade on Google. I do like Google's view just a touch more, but you know, we're gonna have to give the clear winner here to Claude Code's Opus 4.5 model. And we're not gonna go any further, right? I wanted this to test speed, quality of output, and which one are we gonna continue fine-tuning? I'm gonna go with Claude's 4.5 output here. I'm just much happier with the basic functionalities. We did discover that, you know, we had some issues right here, but this is something we're going to vibe code and fix. And that's okay, that is a-okay. Yeah. And I think one feature we're also going to add is allowing us to create as many columns as we'd like. So I hope you've found some value in today's video. I hope this doesn't detour you from using Google. I'm a big advocate of Google, but Claude's output, it nailed it. It's working. It was quicker. I love the look. We're definitely going to fine tune this some more, but yeah. Now, I'm not an AI expert. I'm building in public and sharing what actually works. If you'd like to see me make a particular video around a specific topic, drop a comment below. Let me know who you are, what you do, who your target audience is, and what your question is, and I will add a video to my queue, custom tailored just for you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. My name is Marcelo. This is Clearmud, and clarity matters.